Hey Launch Network, this is Daniel Floyd. I'm the pastor at Life Point Church in Fredericksburg, Virginia, just south of Washington, D.C. And if I had one thing, if you were sitting in my office to share, I think I would share this, that culture is hugely important. I think a lot of times we go into church planning, and obviously God places a vision in our heart for what our church should accomplish, as Andy Stanley says, the problem that God has created us to solve. That's our vision. But I think what we failed to realize, and even what we failed to realize in those first few years, was that culture trumps vision every day of the week. You can have a great vision for reaching your community, for impacting lives, for whatever it is that thing God has called you to. But if the culture in your church is not one that promotes the vision, then the vision gets hampered. The vision can even get stopped dead in its tracks. And so I would encourage you to develop culture and to determine what that is. For us at LifePoint, we allowed culture to emerge from our people. In other words, we didn't start with, this is our culture written down on a piece of paper. We sat down with our leaders and said, who are we? What are the things that we do? What are the things we already value? In other words, we didn't try to take a cultural value and imprint it on our church. We allowed the culture to emerge from who God had brought together, who we were as a people. And we found out there were three things that we really valued and that we lived out that we had never really framed on a paper. And they were this: honor, passion, and generosity. We hold highly to honor. We believe honor goes up, down, and all around. It's not just about treating the pastor a certain way, but it's about treating your volunteers a certain way. It's about treating those who walk through the door a certain way. It's about anticipating the needs of those you care about, those you're leading, those you're mentoring, those you're shepherding. So honor is a great value for us. Passion, we are passionate about the vision that God has given us. We're passionate about the culture that we're creating here. We're passionate about people that are far from God and about creating an experience where they can meet Jesus. And we are passionate about generosity. We are over-the-top generous with our resources. We are over-the-top generous with how we treat our guests and we treat our volunteers. We are generous with what God has entrusted to us, and we believe that as we give, that we'll receive so that we can give more. So I would encourage you, as you plant your church, as you build your core team, that even in those moments of sitting in your living room with however many people are coming together and you're casting this vision, you, whether you know it or not, are beginning to create a culture. And so make sure that culture is one that will advance the vision, not impede the vision. Make sure that culture is true to who people are in the room, not something that is just a great idea sitting at Starbucks. And make sure that the culture is one that is biblical and that honors God. And so thanks for taking some time to listen to this. And remember, culture. It trumps vision every day of the week.